Hi everyone, it's Sunday, May 5th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. As usual, we'll start with the U.S. hide market, and this week prices were steady to lower. Customers in China had their long May Day holiday, and many of them were out of the market. And for the most part, any bids from China this week were extremely low and in many cases just nonsense. Volumes of any sales that did occur were not probably very large. Once again, heavy Texas steers were unchanged at $22 for seasonal averages, although a price a couple of dollars higher was reported by a packer, but it did have an advantageous shipping point. Other selections were again weekly steady or up to $1 lower. As we noted last week, cow interest is definitely lagging and bids are coming in aggressively lower, but ultimately this week any reported sales had prices that were unchanged. Combined export sales for the period ending April 25th were down at 556,400, and it's actually 15% lower than last week. Combined shipments were also lower, this time by 10% at 497,100. Estimated slaughter for the week ending yesterday, May 4th, was again higher at 619,000, and that's 1% more than last week. And it's also higher than many thought it would be, while sources are saying that it's likely to go even higher in the next couple of weeks. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says that in Italy, the crisis in the sector has moved to an institutional level, and the market is asking for a significant reduction in slaughterhouse prices, but the real problem, he says, is understanding who among the smaller producers is going to survive. Looking at British origins, prices took a downward turn, and that was spurred by a significant sale in Italy that took everything down. So the 36 plus ox is lower at 80 cents sterling per kilo, and for Irish sellers, the price dropped to 87 cents in euros per kilo. During the week, some European bull prices dropped and things look a bit bearish. Reference prices for North German bulls at 40 to 49 kilos managed to stay steady at 90 to 95 cents, and South German hide prices were also stable. For European cows, weakness was fairly widespread, but prices overall were unchanged, and that's mostly because slaughterhouses won't give in. Regarding veal skins, nothing is different because supply is limited and looks to stay that way. In his analysis this week, Andrea says there's a chill over the market as Chinese customers are pushing cow prices lower and they're dealing with high stocks of raw hides. He also talks about how the Italian government is getting involved, working with the industry to help the fashion and accessories system recover. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports that the average price of fresh hides went up just 1 cent this week to 1 real and 2 cents per kilo, and the reference price of TR1 was unchanged at 70 cents per square foot in dollars. In other news, Argentina's beef industry continued to decline and exports slowed in April. In Brazil, JBS says it's going to add 7,000 jobs in 2024 across the country. And also Brazil's domestic market is expected to push its footwear production to growth this year. And finally, in Mexico, Asian footwear imports are affecting Guanajuato plant production. That is all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.